Hey, good morning. Back out here at the field. Beautiful morning. It's just really calm, 1 mile an hour breeze for right now. I think it's going to be picking up here in a little while. Only one here right now. It's kind of early still though. Good heavy dew on the ground. Got 4 planes we'll be flying. Got the FMS SuperEZ. Still my all-time favorite plane that I've owned out of everything that I've ever had. Sorry, you got a plane going over right now. Got the Tower Hobbies F6 Hellcat, the eFlite F4 Corsair. This one here is a great warplane to get into. I've done some stupid stuff in it, like slowing down too much in the turns or going slow and taking the flaps off and losing lift and twirling it in. So all of the crashes on it has been my fault, not anything to do with the plane. So it's a great plane. I highly recommend it. I've been gluing this one together. It doesn't fly as well as it did when it was new. Probably due to all the extra, glue redistributing the weight and stuff. But it's still a good little bird. It comes out to me probably 3 out of 5 trips to the field, I guess. I'd say it's in my top 5. It used to be in my top 3, but I've kind of branching out into nitros. I got one nitro plane over there. If I can ever get these engines to stay running, and probably what my problem is, I'm buying all my nitro planes used, and real good bargains. This in here was like $80 worth of value all in, and it's ready to fly. It even had the receiver pack in it. So if I ever bought a new engine, it'd probably be a little more reliable. But I'm just having a tough time. Got 4 nitro engines, and only one of them can I get to stay running on a reliable basis. So anyhow, let's take a pause here and we'll get one out on the line. Alright, here we go with the F4 Corsair, coming out in high rates. We'll go ahead and put a little flaps into it this time. Pretty calm wind, so we can really take off however we want. We'll go on to the south. Alright, here we go, coming out. Good scale takeoff, flaps up. This is just a great flying plane. It is a real pleasure to fly this on a calm day. Just the hat cam here. Not going to win any speed contests. But it does fly like a warbird. There's the vertical. Full throttle climb up from level. And she's out. Bring her in a little lower. Cut the throttle back a little bit. Let her glide down. Take one right here in front of us. Coming back on the throttle.
Flaps up.
That was sketchy. This dumb thumb moment brought to you by Dave. Alright, down safe and sound. Nobody here, so I'm going to come in the middle gate. F4 Corsair eFlite. Good first warbird to get into. Flies really well. Thanks for watching. Alright, got the F6 Hellcat from Tower Hobbies fixing to take up. This is, one more time, I'm going to go over the arming on this. You can see I've got a kill switch here on all models. I've set it up the same way. So right now the motor's on. However, when you give it throttle, nothing happens. So this is how you got to arm it. Advance the throttle, you hear that one beep. Lower the throttle down, you'll hear the other beeps. At this point, the throttle is armed. And again, I still put it on a kill switch, so this way I don't have to go home with one fewer fingers than I got here with. Alright, I'll bring this out here. This is a great little park flyer. It runs about $109 new. It runs on a 3-cell 2200 battery. Centers up just perfect. One thing I can caution you on is when you put your battery in on this one, these wires that runs along the ESC going to the motor, mine were right kind of making a hook end this away before they went into the through hole to the motor, and every time I'd shove my my battery in, it was kind of barely pulling off my bullet connectors off of the ESC. I luckily spotted that due to another thing. Actually, I was changing the propeller or something. I can't remember what I was doing, but I spotted it, and one of the engine motors was just barely sitting in there on the wire. So got lucky on that, so keep an eye out for it. Alright, coming out in low rates on the ailerons, high rate on the elevator and the rudder. Once I get in the air, I'll switch those down to mid rates. Alright, here we go. Come over in my flying cubicle. Again, just a real nice calm day. This thing handles really well in calm. Whoa, the whole wheel come off. Holy tamale. That ain't good. I'm glad it happened while I was on the ground. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why we do a pre-flight inspection, which I did not do on this. I just grabbed it and put a battery in it. Yep, lost the wheel collar. Should have one of those on there. And of course, there's absolutely no way you're going to find it in that grass. And I did not bring another one with me. One of the beautiful things on these is you can hand launch them. You can pop the gear right out and just have you a good time belly landing it. However, I enjoy flying off of gears much more, so rather than get the bottom all wet with the grass and stuff out there, I'll just put this into the side and we will have to do it on another flight. Sometimes you can kimchi rig those, put a piece of fuel tubing or something like that on there, but I don't think I have anything to do that. So let me log out. Alright, got the SuperEZ going up. I always fly this in high rates. This is my all-time favorite plane that I've ever had. It runs on a 2200 3-cell. This is my second one. The first one I got cocky with it and was trying to fly it like a 3D plane, and had an orange receiver in it at the time, and I was flying in an industrial park and was coming overhead inverted, and a combination of it going overhead, I lost visual, and I guess I clicked when I should have clacked, and she barreled in at full speed onto concrete and just obliterated it. So naturally I had to go order another one. I did have a few wrecks on that first one, but this one, knock wood, has been faithful and reliable. And if it had a mishap that was catastrophic, I'd definitely be replacing it. This one will always be in my fleet. Now, that said, I have seen wonderful things about the eFlite Valiant. I really want to try one. It's affordable. It's around 200 bucks. This, and by comparison, I got on sale for 109, so it's definitely better value. But the like I said, the eFlite 1.3 meter Valiant, I've heard really good things, and I'm just keen to try it. It looks better, in my opinion, than this one. So without further ado, we're going to just take off straight across the runway due to no wind. And let's see what we can do. Aim for the flags. Right there across the top of the flag. And this is another plane that really really likes a calm day. 4 or 5 mile an hour winds and you're fine, but anything more than that, she really gets pushed around like a fat kid on a schoolyard. This thing has got such a broad flight envelope. You can fly it like a madman and really do some keen stuff with it. Like, look at there. You can really get jiggy with them sticks. Or you can slow it right down to 0 throttle. Add 1 or 2 clicks up on the throttle and just kind of almost like you're slope soaring with this thing. Just really love this plane. Can't say enough good things about it. It's a great trainer. I've often wondered about putting a eFlite 15 size motor in this. I'm not sure if the wing would hold up to the extra G-forces that you're gonna get when you're ripping up the skies. I'd be afraid it would potentially collapse the wings on you with that extra force. Now this one will handle short grass. If you notice, our runway has got 10 or 12 feet of rough grass before you get onto the actual runway part. It will not land in that stuff. That's about 3-inch long grass right there on the edge. I'll try to get you a better look when I touch down. That stuff right there we just bounced past. It will not handle that rough grass right here. And get the plane up here next to it, because I know it's hard to tell in the video due to the color saturation. But right there, that difference in the grass, it flies beautiful, won't fly at all. It'll nose over every time, no matter how much elevator you give it. And if you land on it, it's like applying abrupt brakes. Zero throttle right there in the turn. Coming down right here in front of us. Little flare. Back into the power band. Back up and away. On a 3-cell, if you fly a mixture, 50% slow, 50% full speed, you'll get an easy 10-minute flight. If you slow it down and just fly a leisurely pace, you'll get 14-15 minutes pretty readily, but pretty much have your battery down to 3.7 or so. There's one ripping along full speed in front of us. It looks like I am fixing to have to set this down. It was overcast when I first got out here, and I did not bring my sunglasses to the line with me. I got them in the box, but I didn't bring them over to the flight line. And we have some sunshine right there peeking through the clouds. So if I wait around more than just a couple more passes, I'll be dealing with that. Not fun. I've lost a couple planes in the sun like that. I'm really surprised there's no one else here. I think Jim's supposed to be coming out. Turn and burn. Alright, there's 0 throttle. Normally I would never ever chop a throttle on one in a turn. This one I feel a little safer doing due to the high wing status. That's still 0 throttle. Haven't touched it at all. Back on the power band and get out. It's kind of a sample of how she'll do with a glide slope. Of course, it's a trainer, it's supposed to glide, but I have twirled in a lot of birds by tip stalling them, coming down too slow on the throttle in that turn. And this one, well, really all planes, as long as you keep it flat, you can slow it down a little bit. There comes that sunshine. Glad to see it, but definitely cramps the old flying style. Couple more passes and we'll quit tempting fate. Ooh, right there in the sun. That was no fun in the sun. Come down here to the north end of the playground. Alright, there it is, 1 minute. So we'll go ahead and, since I ain't got my sunglasses, we'll go ahead and set her in gingerly. One bounce. Don't like to end on a bad stay low, Dave. Stay up underneath that sun. Wow, she's really cooking now. Welcome to Texas. The sun came out and literally when it peeked out from them clouds, 4 minutes later and you feel like you've added 10 degrees to the day. Alright, here we go, coming in. Still a little bounce, but it's okay. We'll take it. Landings on these planes is like playing golf. When you hit the sweet spot, you feel real great. When you shank one or hook one, you feel like you got to hit it again. Alright, well that's it. Super easy. You can see it picks up a lot of moisture out here in the mornings. Thanks for watching, and we'll try that Rapture next. That little nitro job over there.